Welcome to my hardcore Minecraft world. I may need a life, but I've now officially survived 1000 days in here. And as you're about to see in this video, we have done a lot in that time. It's mostly building a lot really. But along with a couple of farms every now and then, we're really starting to get somewhere. I hope you guys will enjoy the progress I made in this world, as well as the progress in video making. And the real download will be available on my Patreon if you're interested. If you don't have the time to watch this entire thing, or if you just want to fall asleep to it, just leave it running in the background. It really helps me out. Thanks.
Hey, and welcome to a new hardcore series. As you may know, the last hardcore season we did was nearly 2 years ago. And the reason for it? Well, I kinda suck at hardcore Minecraft. But nonetheless, we're going to try again. This time, we are going to have a set seed for the world. I don't know the spawn region of the seed, but I wanted to have somewhere where you could probably build anyway. For the rest, we got a couple of data packs that we add in. With Enemy Grief, the more mob heads, the player head drops. I guess not really needed, right, actually. Never mind. The silence mobs, and the wandering trades. For the rest, what we're gonna have is we are going to have update fire off because I want to play with fire in this series. Right, play with fire when hardcore Minecraft always goes so well. Great. Anyway, we're gonna deal with it. And we're gonna see where season 3 is gonna take us.
2 hours later.
Oh, we actually load in. Don't you love to see it? So the spawn that we got is a nice little plains area, right with a village nearby. And that's right next to a nice ocean and a couple of rivers leading into it. It is not much, but what I have in mind for this series, it should be good. It should be really good. But first we survive. And for that we first need a little bit of wood, right? Get the basic tools going. There we go. And let's quickly raid down this village, see what we can find. And hopefully go with some food. I've already seen amazing. That's always nice to have. We can definitely use it later. Makes it a bit cheaper on the first few buildings, right? But I also saw some hay, and I believe I'm seeing a librarian as well. Oh, that's just amazing. And nice little bed. Surely we don't mess this up, right? Because why not? It's only hardcore, right? And see how much we got. 5. Ayo. I'll take that. Okay, I'm gonna switch out our boring white bed for a yellow one. And food as well. I like it. Actually, I think I'll just join this entire chest. And there we go, with most of our stuff stored away already. Let's go on our way and see what we can find. And a first buried treasure. Don't mind me. Okay. Okay. I see how it's gonna be. I see how it is gonna be. Don't mind me. I'll take it. Ho, 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 ho. Easy. Easy. And let's see where this one takes us. That's onto the island, I think, right? Yeah. And 2 more shipwrecks along the way. Nice. There we go. Face north. Right in the middle. And there's one little stripe. Hello? Blocks. Thank you. It should be right down here. There we go. Not too bad. Holy. I'll take it. Free food. Not too bad at all. Nice. Off to a good start, I'd say. Let's do take a little bit of short getting along home already as well, though. Probably the exact same one, obviously. And moss. Nice. After this, we set out to get ourselves a proper start to the world. Looting several sunken shipwrecks, robbing yet another village of their winter stockpiles and their bell, grabbing whatever saplings we can get our hands on, and rowing even further around the ocean, emptying out some ruined portals. And of course, which need early game is a whole bunch of food. So, you know, I guess we might as well start it. No, no, no. Even I have limits, okay? Wandering trader, though. Hey, buddy. What you got for me? Slime ball. That is tempting. Hold up. That is tempting. Cactus. Nah, it should be easy enough to get, right? Nah, I don't think it's worth it. Right? Nah. What you could make with slime balls, though. Is leads. Don't you love getting those for free? Don't you love it? Hey, buddy. There we go. Nice. Look at him. He's so nice. Ooh, and a blue one. And a green one. Can we take 3 home? Well, not that way. $18 more seeds, surely, right? Where'd he go? Yes, that's true. Where's the blue one? Would love to have that one as well. Not sure if we can take him home, but we'll try, right? Oh, he's dancing in the water. Right. That makes total sense. Yeah, absolutely. This makes sense. Come here, buddy. I don't think I've ever tamed a bird inside the river before. Oh. Well, first time for everything, right? We can't put a lead on these guys, right? We can. Oh. Okay, they might be able to take all 3 home. Nice. Oh boy. I totally knew that. Nice. That's 1. Oh, nope, that's not 1. Hey, buddies, this way. This way. Come on the shoulder, come on. That's 1. And the other one is... No. Oh no, he's gone back. Nice. There we go. Nice. I believe this should work. There we go. Oh, that's something. And with that, we took our 3 little birds back to our doorstep. That didn't scare me. What do you mean? Totally not. Right? Right. There we go. Home sweet home. After just 9 days of exploring a little bit, it's time to show what we got. Couple of riches. Good amount of emeralds already. All the greens. Just missing a couple of the saplings left. Mostly the spruce one though. And some... I don't even know what kind of chest this is, but it's something? Still though, I like it. I really do like it. There are a couple of things we need though before we can actually start building something. And like I said, the most important one is going to be spruce. Let's do a teeny tiny extra exploration kind of vibe, something. But just run inlands a little bit. See what we can find. Surely we can find something, right? Surely. Responding? No. Silk touch. Alright. Now we're talking. Alright. I see spruce wood. Just a few. Just a few. Is that mountains as well in the back? It is mountains. Or at least growth at the very least. Nice. So we have potential for ancient cities nearby. We'll keep in mind. We'll keep that in mind. Hey there, buddy. You feel like going back in? That's one. Let's block it off so they can't get out anymore. Same one here. And same one there. Yeah, not seeing any bees anywhere. Well, in that case... Oop, total bee location. Sweet. And 2 furnaces. Boop, boop. Half in there, half in there. And let's get that smelting. I had an idea. Why don't we just go for Ancient City? Is it a bad idea? Probably. But then again, if we do get out of it, it is going to be enchanted golden apples. It is going to be diamond leggings. It is going to be diamond hose. And it's a good chance at enchanted books as well. And of course, whenever we're done there, we can probably get a little bit of redstone, a little bit of diamonds and everything as well while we mine it out. So it could be a good idea.
Certainty of death, small chance of success. What are we waiting for?
Right, I have faith. I have faith. It'll be fine. But I think we got everything we need, right? We got feather boots. I mean, it's alright. We got a little bit of protection, even though it's not that much, but at least something against lava. We got a bucket. We'll bring some water along with us. If we need to go far down, at least we'll have something. We got plenty of food. A couple of spare tools just in case. And a bit of wool to go. We don't even know if there's something there. But worst case, we'll get some materials anyway, right? And with that, we set off to get all the goods. But... we forgot wood. A little bit of wood for a couple of torches. Just so we can somewhat see what we're doing down there. Now, I think it's just a grove, but it is a fairly sized one, right? I think there's a decent chance there's something down there. And let's see if there's somewhat of an easy way in here. That's more like it, right? So just follow that one. Reaper is the first mob ever. You like to see it. Easy. Easy. It's a party down here. Let's see how it is. Now, if we're smart about this. There we go. Never any sweat. Right? Easy. What we got? Wait, windswept forest. Yeah, maybe it was debated. Well, that kind of stinks. That's a bit of a shame. I mean, I guess we could still quickly go find one. Surely there's mountains nearby, right? Oh, hi. No? Surely, right? Surely those go up high enough. And cherry blossom. We'll definitely take it home as well. Just the one, but at least we'll have the saplings. That should do. That should definitely do. Cool. Let's drop everything off in the boat. We'll drop off materials we don't need. Oh. Oh shit. Alright. Does it go anywhere? Oh. Big open cave. There we go. Let's try. Surely, right? Now we get to the fun part though. Once we get down, we're kind of alright. Just need to get down there without setting off that shrieker. And I think I want to get rid of it. In advance for the way back. Loot already. A bit of a safety buffer. There we go. Protection 4 and breaking 3. Yep. That's what we like to see. That is what we like to see. Bit of shame of the fire protection, but it's protection 4. That is worth it all the way. A breaking 3 book I'll take. Tons of extra books. Oh boy, this is where it starts. Right. Yeah, we're taking some more stuff. We're definitely taking some more stuff. And even more good loot was to be found. We cleared out the entire city, including the restaurant room underneath the big portal, making sure we didn't miss a single chest. And hypothetically, maybe, just potentially, possibly setting off a shrieker or two. But luckily, we managed to get through without any water spawning. After that, we ran right back out of the cave we came into, returning back to our boat, sailing right back home. Well, it took a little bit, but we're back. And all in all, I think we can be fairly pleased with what we got, right? We got a little bit of redstone stuff. Not crazy amounts, but you know, it's a nice little bit. A lot of good books. Two of the Swift 3 ones, a couple of Unbreaking ones, an Infinity, and a Silk Touch. That's never a bad thing to have. Couple of random stuff, right? Last few flowers, some extra bits as well. And of course, a huge amount of books. A saddle, the horse armor. Quite a bit of cool actually as well. I think we can definitely be happy about that one. Before we start building, there's one more thing I want to take care of. We got this beautiful landscape right here. And the plan is to leave none of it. So what I want to do is get a couple of maps traded up so we can nicely map out this entire area. And then in the future, update some of them and see what the difference has been. Should give a nice little feel, right?
2 hours later.
There we go. That's a sort of an idea of the entire world so far. Or at least this area. But there's a couple of more things that we have to take care of before we can get going, right? And one of them, we at least need a starter house. At the very least. And for that, there is some bits we need to gather first. So let's quickly get everything and we'll get into building. So a little bit of working time. About 12,000 dirt and about 50 shovels later. I think we made a proper start to a build, right? We got a fair bit terraformed out here. A completely new riverbank that I kind of want to use as a bit of an empty canvas to start working on. It's not that detailed yet, it doesn't have any texturing on it yet. But we'll get to that when we get to it. And besides that, we got a bit of a starter house going. We might use some surroundings later, but for that we need a couple of different blocks that we just do not have yet. Even though it is just a bit of grey and brown combined, I think it's looking pretty fancy so far. And off camera, I added a little bit of an interior to it. That's why all the villagers are around here already as well. They've been attracted by all little workstations in here. It is nothing much, but again, it is just the first little bit that we get going, right? So a bit of a living room, a little bit of a kitchen. I did move all the foods and everything over here already though. And if you go upstairs, a small bedroom with a little working bed. And of course, our map of the first area. I did lock them all in, so there's no more worries that this little bit will change up. And I did prepare a copy of all the map already, just to make sure that we can easily copy it over whenever we feel like it. But all in all, I think we can be pretty happy about the progress so far, right? We got a bit of a starter house going. We got a bit of an area completely terraformed already. We got an ancient city completely emptied out of all its loot. And we got most of the saplings ready for any future builds. So thank Welcome to episode 2 of the Hardcore series. As you already saw in the time-lapse, we've made a new building. It's about the same style as the other one, but a little bit bigger, with a little bit more color, right? And the idea for this one was mostly, I need better tools. And better gear. So what we've done with this place is I've tried to make a little bit of a house that's mostly meant for early game gear, early game tools, and all the good stuff. We have a quick peek at the interior as well. It's all ready for all the tools and all the bits to come, right? And on the upstairs, I may have already started one villager as an archer for a couple of bows maybe, but mostly meant for also having a toolsmith and an armor smith. For the rest of the interior is just something simple, right? I didn't want to go too over the top yet. I didn't want to go too much, but I did want to get a little bit started. As well as a little bit of spot for that. You guys can guess what this is for, right? You guys got this. But all of that is mostly because for the last 2 builds we've done, it's been a lot of grinding. And I mean, a fair bit. And because of that, if you have a quick pick at the statistics, right, we have a couple of tools that we've gone through already. And I don't really want to waste too much more of the iron that we got. I want to get to diamond stuff and get it properly enchanted. So that's what we're going to do first today. Now, to get the ball rolling on that one, we are going to need a couple more villagers, because besides the 2 that have been stuck up in our first house since I don't even know how long, we only got a few extra ones, right? We got the farmer, we gotta get in a job. There's one more guy somewhere in there, I believe. I mean, they're free roaming villagers, right? Let's just say that. It's fine. But I want to get one of those guys in there just so we can start getting those 3 ready to go. To roll for some tools, to roll for some armor, and see what we get. Now, the easiest way that I can think of to get this guy out of here is to make sure we give him a trade already. We will always follow the smithing table. Oh, well, that's what I'm hoping on here. If he wants to take a job, that is. That's the wrong one. Right, you stand right there and don't you move. Deal? Great. Clear that one out for now. He should lose his job and he shouldn't be able to move anywhere. So, if we give him this one now, he should take it, right? So, luckily, off camera, I've been doing a little bit of preparing some emeralds. And it's mostly just mistake trading up some pumpkins and melons with the farmer, just to get a little bit going, so we have it a little bit easier today. Again, it's not much. I think we have about 20 blocks of emeralds, but it should get the job done, right? It should get the job done. And those can go. But now that he's locked, let's move him into his proper position first, and then we'll see what we do with him. And if everything is alright, he should just follow the smithing table now. Right, let's get the bit by bit. And let's get you inside. That should be doable, right? That is perfect. Let's try. Yeah, surely. But he's in. So hopefully we can get trading now.
A few moments later.
There we go, though. That is the good stuff. That's the first 2 diamond tools already. And I'm sure we can spare 1 extra shovel. And there's... Oh, that is a big axe and then some. Oh my. Well, you want to make me complaining about that one? Oh my, efficiency 3 and breaking 3. I'll take it. I'll definitely take it. But before we go down another 2 hours of me absolutely enjoying my time with villagers, let me give you a quick rundown. Gathering pumpkins and melons for trading, mining obsidian for an enchantment table, crafting and placing said enchantment table, breeding villagers. Oh, look at him being happy.
If only he knew he'd be stuck there forever.
No. Enchanting some tools, getting more iron for trading, totally not getting down to 3.5 hearts. Finding another notch apple, melting all the iron, getting lucky with the armor, also trading for iron, getting stonks, and getting shiny. All shiny. You like to see it. I do, however, still want to make sure that all these enchantments are a little bit better at some point, right? Obviously the leggings, we're probably not going to improve those too much, besides mending. But the rest can definitely use a little bit of a boost, right? And for that, we are going to need some more levels. And we could keep trading with these guys forever. But I feel like it might also be time to do a quick trip into the nether, right? See what we can find over there, see if there's anything close. But most of all, get some quartz for easy levels up. As for a temporary location of our nether portal though. Okay, never mind, let's be fair. That's gonna be very non-temporary. But we all know how it is. We're gonna have the good intentions to one day give it a proper spot. Real and true. With that, what I have in mind is to put it right down here. Nice and open, easy to get in and out of. We have a tiny bit of a room back behind me as well that we could use for some extra storage for nether bits and all that. I think I want to put it right inside of the wall here. There we go. Okay, let's make it a little bit prettier though. Let's make it a little bit prettier. Oh, that's a bit better, right? Feels a bit more like the same kind of doorway as these now. Let's see, this should be everything we need, right? Everything we don't need to put away in the chest. We got the pickaxes, we got the shield on us, we got the infinity bow. I think we have everything, some food as well. A boat might help though. Now we have everything. Cool. Let's see what we get. Soul Sun Valley, oh great. That's not the worst spawn, I guess. There's another waste right next to us. I can live with this. Easy ways up. Easy access to bones. Ooh, a bastion right there as well. Okay. I think I can live with this. I think it's not the worst. There's a forest as well. Oh, I forgot about gold against the piglins. Let's fix that. Let's fix that real quick. Yep, that should be better. I do low-key want to go check out the Bastion as well, though. Probably a bad idea. Then again, so it was an ancient city, right? And we even got way better gear now. What could go wrong?
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
Those guys. I kind of forgot about those guys. They're on my side. I like it. And so it begins. Oh boy. Now this is going to be interesting because I have no idea what Bastion we're playing with here. Treasure Bastion. Okay. Okay. That's going to be fun then. Some more golds. And this should make life way easier. Just need to get these guys angry at me now. We should be good. Wait, since when did I look at angry? Yes. Oh, there we go. I should have gone for it. Oh well. We'll get it. We'll get it. There we go. Easy. And free obsidian. Free food. Sure. More of those. More bone blocks. I won't say no. And we'll just bring these as well, right? Why not? And that's two. Oh, that was a life scare. That was a life scare. Holy. Let's get that guy first. Maybe push that guy into the lava. Can. Absolutely amazing. Oh, or he just barely survives, I see. I guess we'll just have to go down and see other weapons, right? Should be fun though. Oh. One more route down there. It's a couple of layers down. I think we can make it without having to worry too much about that one. I think I'm safe here. Famous last words. There we go. And that before any spawns came in, I think. Ooh. Double chest actually, by the way, as well. Holy. I like it, I like it. That guy. Those two gone. That guy gone. I think we should be good now. No angry snorting? I'll take it. And let's see what it's brought us. Oh! Right. Yeah, I mean, just another Tuesday. Sure. Sure. Yeah, sure, why not? Why not? Double ingot, nether smithing upgrade. Yeah. You won't hear me complaining. You won't hear me complaining about that one. Holy. I was not expecting that one. Oh! More upgrades. Yep. 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 Yeah, sure. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. And more free diamond gear. Why did we even get the villagers? Why did we even get them? Absolutely useless. That is some lucky chest here. Holy smokes. After that, we quickly got back out, back to the overworld, and dropping off everything in storage. But since we got netherite and the nether smithing upgrade, there's only one logical course of action we can do now, right? There's really only one thing we can do. As we should. As we should. It's the only possible thing. But what do you guys think that we should upgrade as well? With the other ingot that we got? Let me know. As you may have already been wondering why there has been an outline on the floor already. That's going to be the rest of what we'll be building on the start area today. But without further ado, let's get to it. Whole bunch of new houses all ready to go, and I gotta say, I do really like them. In terms of interior, there's nothing to it yet though. I've done the bare minimum that you can actually walk through them right. For the rest, there's nothing in them just yet. We'll get to that at one point though. We'll get to that. But besides that, The one thing we're currently lacking on this area is, well, it's the area itself, right? That's the main thing we're lacking at the moment. So I want to fix that up. But before we can do that, we're gonna need a couple of small resources. Among which, some of the nether stuff that I was talking about last episode. Let's get everything up real quick, and we'll get to it. One of the bits we're gonna need is gonna be some gravel. And we get... Oh shit. Right, let's try that again. One of the things we need is gonna be gravel. And we could go mining for it all. We can also just trade up a little bit of gold, right? All the stuff we got from the Bastion in the back there. We might as well trade it up. It's just as easy. Well, that's interesting. Huh. You can get their attention real quick. That's one, that's two.
A few moments later.
All in all, not too bad of a haul. Couple of soul speed 3 books, 100 pearls. Fair bit of gravel, that's what Emily went for. And it's some other goodies, right? And then even some more, but we'll take it home another time. All in all, I don't mind. I mean, we might as well, right? Hell, look at us having speed now. But the second thing we're gonna need from Nether is a whole bunch of soul soil. It does make for a beautiful muddy kind of feel, right? And last but not least, we're gonna need a whole bunch of actual normal mud. And with no mangrove swamp nearby, we're gonna have to do this the hard way. And of course it starts raining. Of course. Right, let's try that again. So now that we've got all the resources ready to go, let's give this a shot, shall we? So my plan for this is to have the coarse dirt and the spruce planks as the main pathways itself, is the soul soil and the mud as a little bit of the in-between area where people wouldn't really walk. So let me try to fill it all in, and we'll have to see how it looks. So I wanted to start with a bit of a layout for how I want the pathways to look. And everywhere where it's dug out a little bit is where I want to have the pathway or the actual walkway. But everything in between is going to be used for extra decorations, for extra add-ons, for barrels, for whatever, not marker slots, maybe even cards. Who knows, right? Just anything really. There we go for a first little version of the pathways I had in mind. I did change it up a tiny little bit, actually incorporating the soul sand into the pathways as well to give a bit more texture to it. And I've added a couple little details of stairs, some waterlogged stairs and some buttons in. And what I've been trying to do is make a difference between main path and sort of the side pathways, if that makes sense. Giving the main pathway a little bit more tension, a little bit more of a rich feel with a little bit of deep slate, cobblestone and gravel. Make it stand out a tiny bit like it's a bit of a better preserved pathway, so to say. Whereas the rest is a bit more wooden planks and a bit more the dirtness, so to say. But let's add in the rest of the details as well and see where we take it. A little bit of time later, we got a little bit of an extra thing built. And I think you guys will like it. I did change it up a bit more though. Already said we had the cobblestone, the gravel, and the deep slate down here. I also made one more small extra adjustment. Instead of making, you know, normal other areas in between all the marker stalls, I figured we'll just do no wood planks, no stone bits, anything in the middle bits. We'll just make a mud, dirt, and the other mud. And I think that adds a tiny bit to it. And along with that, a little bit of life with some armor stands, holding a couple of items. A little bit of grass every now and then, some dead bushes just to give a teensy tiny bit of green in there as well already. We might add some more even later, I think this is a good start, right? I think this is a really good start. And especially if we take a quick look between how it was and how it is now, I think we've done a really good job so far. And even when just walking through it already, I can already start to feel a little bit of atmosphere in here, right? I really like it. I really, really like it so far. Last episode, we did a lot of building, right? And I mean a lot of building. And by the end of the episode, we didn't have all of the interiors done. So in between, I did make sure to get that fixed up real quick. It ain't much. I mean, the last time I said it wasn't much, it still isn't that much, right? A lot of space for improvement still. A lot of possibilities to add even more nonsense in. But you know, at least there's something now. At least there is something. And most of the reason is that whenever you walk around, I do like to have at least a little bit of a feel of life, of whatnot. And strangely enough, even just seeing it through some windows. Oh, actually, we've got this one. Perfect. Even seeing just a little bit of color of a lantern behind a window compared to just having nothing there, right? It just adds a fair bit of life and a fair bit of an extra detailed feel to it. Just a little bit of green over there. Just a little bit of the extra shelf up there. You don't really see it, but if you carefully look, you can still get a little bit of an extra feel, right? But today, we're not focusing too much on all of the interior. Today, we're focusing on new stuff. And one of those bits is that everything you see right here behind me is gonna go today. All of it. Because what we gotta do is a whole bunch more building. I mean, it wouldn't be an episode from me if it wasn't a lot of building, right? But we're also gonna be trying to get to the dragon today, because even though, you know, getting full shiny diamond armor is fine and all the building is fine, the building is going to be a lot easier with wings, to just be able to fly up and down real quick. So whenever I forget a couple blocks, I don't have to jump down, lose half my health, and go back up with scaffolding again, right? It's just a bit annoying. So I definitely want to try to get those before we get into the real building today. But let's quickly get rid of the terrain behind here, that we have the space that we need, and then we'll see. I'm just taking away your home, that's all. Nothing weird, it's all good. Promise. You're free, buddy. You're free. Before we break up the last house, though, we currently have a librarian inside, right? And I think what I want to do is quickly make sure he's locked his trade in, so that we don't get the same trouble as in episode 2, where we have to destroy either every single workstation in the area, or that we get the issue where we have to block him in a 1x1 while he's already in a small space, completely locked in by himself, right? But let's quickly get to that. I think I want to get a mending book if we can. The tools are getting kind of low, right? It would be kind of nice. Let's quickly see if we can get one mending book. And so it begins. $32 for mending, that is expensive. Yeah, we can get that cheaper. We can get that for cheaper. Well, that's comforting. That's giving me a lot of faith here. A more expensive one. Okay, now it's just trolling me at this point. 32, 36, 34. You can just see the emerald in his eyes. He wants them. He wants them. I'm pretty sure that mending can be sold anywhere between 10 and around 40, I think. So I kind of want to see if we can get at least below 20 here. That'd be alright. That would be alright. we go, for 10. That's what we're talking about. That is what we're talking about. Nice. Let's set them in, and we also got the bookshelves for 9 as well. So it should be easy decorating later on, if you want to use that as well. Nice. The cheap mending, I like it. I do like it. Cool. And let's give the last 2 villagers also back to freedom, right? For now, anyway. And with the houses out of the way, let's get to actual terraforming, right? We'll leave these guys in here before they fall down, trap themselves inside of a piece of land that we're never gonna find them back again. Because they can stay around this height, I think. At least for now. And that is most of the terrain that we're going to build on. Fairly flattened out, I'd say. Although, the one issue we have right now... Yeah, that's not all that pretty, right? So let's do one more quick slap. And fix it all up. And there we go. And that's a whole lot better already, right? It for sure is not perfect yet. But I think we can definitely work with this, right? It's looking a whole lot cleaner already anyway. That's the important bit. But with that out of the way, there's a couple of things I want to get to today. And first of all, I want to go and see if we can find another fortress. Just to get some blaze rods. After that, I want to quickly lay out the floor plan for what we're going to build today. To give you guys a bit of an idea where we'll be headed with it. Then I want to see if we can find the end stronghold already today. Maybe take on the dragon already. We'll see where it takes us. And last but not least, if we're starting to think about going to the end soon, potentially getting some wings soon, I think it might be time to think about a creeper farm as well, right? To get a steady source for rockets going. So that's basically the plan for today. But let's start with first things first. Let's get to the nether. Golden helmet not forgotten this time, but we got a little bit of food. So I think if we quickly grab the fire resistance potions that we got all the way from bartering last episode, I think we're good to go. Oh, being able to one-shot those guys again. That is nice. And a ghast head. I'll take it. Oh, that was easy. That was easy. Nice. Let's see. Let's get a couple of these guys. Might as well take the splash ones. Just as easy. As of where to go, I think we'll just head somewhat that direction, just behind the Bastion. And we'll see where we end up. Didn't know those guys would spawn out here. Ah. Nature Wasteland. I see. Or that. Oh, that's brutes. We can get that though. Ooh. Smithing template. Alright. Bit of obsidian. We'll come back to this one once we actually got inventory space for that. Shame. That's a forest. Forest. Forest, yeah. Yeah, fortress, that one. Cool. And in the middle of a Souls in the Valley. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Let's do that first, though. Make sure at least the fire doesn't damage us as much. Oop, there we go. First one. Oh yeah, I put smite on. Ooh, I put smite on there. Oh, I like it. That was a good call. That was a good call. Sometimes I'm smart. Ow, 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 ow. Let's just give it a sometimes though. A little bit of that stuff. Yep, also some value on this side as well. Okay. Oh, this side is open actually. This might be a really good one. Diamond. And the rib armor trim. Ooh. That makes 2 already. Alright. Another rib armor trim. Okay. Okay. Horse armor. We'll clear it out later. So I think this is what we'll be coming back to. Pretty sure. Right, let's keep going for a bit until the fire resistant potion runs out. Then we've got one more potion to get off of this area. And get to safety. Somehow. Until then, I mean, a couple of Witherskeleton kills, I don't mind. Is that? It is! Ooh. Oh, and he chose to wear it. Alright. Oh! Is that a double one? You're kidding me, right? You're kidding me. Oh, oh! Oh! Oh, well, that's a good start. That's a really good start. Alright, I see how it is today. I don't even know how lucky we can get at this point. Yeah, we're definitely making a farm here. This is too good. This is absolutely too good. Cool, and let's get out before the fire resistance wears off. After we get through this patch, though. Oh boy, that's a lot of friends. That is a lot of friends. Oop, easy. Cool, and we're out. Oh, well, but not safe. There we go. Cool, that's pretty good haul, I'd say. 17 of those guys. Couple of Witherskeleton skulls even. Little bit of gold. Some extra armor nerfs. Okay. And we're home. That was easy. Oh, that's nearby. Hold up. All in all, pretty good success so far. For a small trip into the nether. I think we got plenty of blaze rods to work at least towards the end portal today. Maybe actually get an ender chest or 2 going as well. And for potion brewing a little bit as well. And along with that, a bit of nether wart to get that started as well. A couple of pearls, even some spare blocks after trading up with the piglins. A little bit of trade goodies. And of course, the armor trims and with the skeleton skulls. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Oh, that is nice to have. Just a place for general extra goods. That is nice. Now don't have to haul as much back and forth anymore. That's a lifesaver. But with the first step out of the way, let's get to the second part of the plan for today. And the second part is going to be all about planning out the next part of the town we're going to build. And with the first part already being a nice little square, it's just a nice little market for people to come together, right? Surrounded by a lot of houses. And I'm kind of liking the feel of it. I'm kind of liking the vibe of it. Like that there's close alleys where the houses are really almost hanging over you, really towering out above you. But it's also small open places to give you a little bit more feel for the world itself. I think I want to do that again. So let me quickly place down the first little bit of the plan. And I'll bring you guys right back into it. So, you guys all know the nice little story about building one block off, right? Yeah, if you look closely in time-lapse just before, we missed one block right at the start. So we gotta move all of it one block back. Fun. Because the block we missed, this one wall piece right here, right? Make that symmetric. I forgot about that one. So everything from here needs to push one block further that way. On the bright side, this building And these 3 can stay. That's positive, right? Right? It's fine. It's fine. And that is why you always double check your builds before you actually go and do something. But now that we got a new day going, let's start thinking about the next bit of the video that we had planned, right? Trying to find the end Stronghold. Let's quickly get everything ready for that. Let's quickly get everything together that we need. And let's see what direction we need to go. Come on. Got fish for you. Yo! Oh, hard way it is. Oh, or not so hard way. Oh. Let's at least do temporals into Eyes of Ender. We might need more, we might need less. But I would like to keep a couple of pearls in reserve if we can. We'll bring everything though, just to be sure, right? That we can always open up a portal if we need. Cool. I think that's it. I think that is it. Now that we've got everything, let's find a bit of an empty spot. Yeah, that should do. And let's see where it takes us. Oh. Alright, ocean. Easy enough. Now, normally, I believe these fortresses are about 1,000 blocks out. So, let's just go to like 900 blocks out. And throw the second one, see if we can get somewhat close. We're about 1,000 blocks further on. Let's see if we still gotta go the same way. Looks like it. Alright. This time just another 300 further along, but I don't want to overshoot it, right? By too much. Yeah, exactly that. Oop. No, I hate to see it. No. Oh well, it's fine. It's fine. Right, so it was somewhere out in the ocean in between where we were at 1,000 blocks. Well, Z 1,000. And the 1,300 we were currently at. Does mean we got an ocean stronghold. That is kind of cool. Let's go about halfway. Let's see what we got. That should about do it. Back that one again. It should be down here then. Not in here. Ah, that's doable. That's doable. Quick double check. Yep, straight down. Let's make a small tube right here. And the rule, don't dig straight down, but the first little bit, we actually will do that, I think. Deep set levels already, okay. Oh, I don't mind. That's not very promising. This look. I'm not seeing a single piece of stone brick. It's a bit of a shame. And we're on minus 33 already. I doubt it's further down. So it is right there. Oh, please don't fall into the lava. Life. No. Of course. Right, since it was a little bit further up from down there, let's just go back up this pillar, since that's a bit of a dead end. Go around stone levels and see if we dig out a couple of sides, we can find something. So that's at least 30 blocks up, 40 blocks up. So let's go like white 10 or something and try there. Let's try here. See if there's something. You're kidding me, right? There we go. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Right, we're here. Boop. Dead ends. That's a good start. Yeah, let's go up here then. See what we can find. Ooh, okay. Okay, I won't complain anymore. I won't complain anymore. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. First chest did it. Okay, it's fine. Everything's cool. Everything's fine. Cool. I won't complain again. It's fine. Okay. Second chest again. Did it just want me to complain more? What is this? Huh. And I'm lost. It's fine. Oh, dead ends. Oh, library. Okay. We'll take that. We'll take that. We're definitely emptying this out in a bit. But first, let's just check this. Third one, sure. Ooh. I think I'll leave these books for now. I think. And it's just a one level library, right? Yeah, okay. So only one chest in this one. We're definitely going back here to empty out for the bookshelves. But I don't think I'll take them right now. Is that a library? Oh, double one. Ooh, alright. I'm intrigued. Another armor trim, okay. Then a book, proficiency 4. What is that for a book? What kind of book is this? Oh, hold up. Hold up. Efficiency 4 and breaking 3. Protection 3. Frostwalker 2. These have to be for a boot, but they're so good for a tool as well. Oh, that's something. That is something. Alright. We'll leave it though. We don't have the inventory slots to bring it along, I think. And we definitely have to come back for the bookshelves yet again, right? Only if we really find something we immediately need, do we take it. That is a book. Holy. Sharpness 3, protection, and yet another one of these. Is it just 100% each chest or something? Because we've got 5 chests, it's 5 of these guys. Must be, right? But yeah, that's an alright book. I guess together with that one, it would make a protection 4 as well. Would be really nice for Frostwalker boots, though. Portal room. Let's quickly break the spawner before we get annoyed by that, right? Oh god, I heard it. Oh god, it was that one in the back. Okay. Oh, there we go. Cool. We got a portal room. -6, 23, 13. So whenever we set it up in the nether, we can align it up nicely. That it will always connect without any issues. But let's not go through yet. Let's fix up a little more of the port so we kind of know what pathways we need to go to get everywhere. And see if we can find some more stuff. What I think I want to do real quick is empty out the libraries and set up another highway. That way, when we need to pop back over, it'll be extra easy to do so. And if we set it up anyway, we might as well bring back home all the loot we got anyway, right? Not too bad of a haul all in all. 6x and a little bit of bookshelves. Couple of cobwebs. Couple of books, bit of string. Yeah, it's alright. That is alright. Cool. Please, nothing bad. Oh, that's alright. Bit of fire, but that's fine. But let's quickly move this portal over to a bit of a higher area that it has the same Y level as our other portal, which I believe is 88. We'll make a quick tunnel, connect it all up, and that should make life in the future way easier. Let's get to it. Next up was the dragon fight. So after quickly sorting everything in the inventory as it should be, it was time to jump in. Let's see what we get. And all the XP. Oh, you love to see it. And of course, we gotta get that guy right. With torch underneath. And another achievement. Nice. But as I've already said, I think I want to go end raiding right away with this one. We might as well get those wings while we're here anyway, right? Might as well. Let's see where it takes us. Let's pretend this is the first try, right? Let's just pretend. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. Oh, that's a lot of element. Anything inside though? Oh, another gateway. That's something. But since we're in the end, it doesn't really matter, right? The game is super chill. The same does. It doesn't take nearly as many resources as in the overworld with our base and with all the caves. So what we can do here is quickly go to the options and boost our render distance all the way, right? So it's going to be a little bit easier to spot end cities. Now let's see if there's anything nearby. That's okay, that's alright. I can't see a ship yet though. But still, it will at least be shulker boxes, which make carrying around items way easier. And should make building a lot easier as well. And a stone. And the first end city. Ayo. After clearing out the first end city, we quickly set out to find some more. Oh, more cities. I mean, at least a treasure room this time. And a shulker room. But, again, no boat. Oh well. Oh, and another city. With a boat. Oh, okay, let's do that one first. That's gonna make raiding that one way easier later on. Let's do the big boy first. Is this thing somewhat above the island? Of course it's not. Amazing. Let's go up around here then. See if we can get there. Hopefully without setting off the shulkers and being able to shoot them off. But we'll see. Oh. There we go. Absolutely normal this. There we go. And there we go. Our first wings. Oh, that's amazing. Sky's the limit. But before there anything else, important stuff first, right? Anvil, wings, breaking, mending. And we gotta name them, right? For a bit of a memory. If we want to put it in a museum, at least we'll be able to, right? And of course, not to forget this guy. And this is what I've been missing. Oh, that feels nice. That feels good. I've missed flying. Cool, but let's get the rest of these cities done. And after finding a couple more cities and clearing them all out, we slowly went on our way to find a gateway. And let's head back home, right? Oh, amazing. We beat the game. Yeah, we all know where this goes, right? Whoop. Oh, that's dark. But all in all, I think we got some pretty good returns, right? From a little end trading action. Let's have a quick look what we got. Oh, that one and that one. We got a bunch of horse stuff. 6 more saddles, 2 more horse armors. Even though I've never really done anything with horses so far. Now that I think about it, that's kind of a shame. Maybe in the future. But on top of that, an extra pair of wings. Some extra gear, right? Probably just for decorating or to improve the ones we currently have already. And then of course we got our stackables. A little bit of organizing later. I think it's way better now everywhere. In the end chest itself, we got a nice little organization. And of course the backpack. A little bit color coded as well now, right? Just the useful bits as well. And as for all the extra gear that we had, give a little spot to those as well, right? Like I said, this is gonna be the starter gear house. I might as well make it look a little bit fancy. But now they still have 64 levels to work with. I think what I want to do real quick is enchant all of our tools. Get a couple more rolls on the jump table. See what we can get. But now that we're back home, I think it's about time we start actually doing something in terms of building, right? And with the entire floor plan already laid out, I think we just need a little bit in terms of resources. I'll be able to crank this entire thing out. Let's quickly get those, and we can start building. Very important. Turtle eggs. Ooh, 4 already. Good start. Nice. And the reason we just made those potions is because with night vision potions, it's a lot easier to see the ocean floor. And one more resource we're gonna need for today is calcite. And as far as I know, the easiest way to get a lot of it is either to look for some mountains and clean those out, which is gonna ruin the terrain, right? Or we scour the ocean floor in the hope that we can find a couple of geodes on there and empty those out. Should be a little bit easier. And there's one. And number 2. And there's a third. I think we're good with that one. That should last a while, right? Or I hope so anyway. And now that we got most of the resources ready, let's build. And with that, we're already looking at the sunset on day 299. And that's day 300. Let's go. Wait, no angry bees? Huh. Wax on. Okay, for the fun of it. Wax off. Boop. And there we have it. The first part of this build completed. And I gotta say, by far the biggest. But it does look kinda weird without the side bits. But those side bits are gonna have to wait a little bit. Because as you guys may have seen on the side of the build, let's quickly pop over. We've started breeding up some of these guys, right? And if you guys see that kind of shape, and you guys see these guys, you guys know what's going to be up next, right? Yeah, we're going to be putting a small creeper farm inside of this tower. Now that we got our wings, we do have the paper supply, a bit manual, but we got it already. But if we want a lot of rockets, we need to have a bit of a creeper farm. But in order to make a creeper farm in here, we are gonna need some wither roses. So, next course of action, go get more Witherskeleton skulls. Now that we got wings though, we can make some potions. This should be easy to get, especially with the fortress we already had. This should be easy. But of course, we can't just simply cheese the first wither of our world, right? The first one's gotta be proper. And here we are, a little abandoned island, a little bit away from the base just in case the wither decides to start shooting bullets, right? And I think we've got everything prepared that we need. Of course, the stuff to spawn in the wither. Our chest plates that we'll put on as soon as we start fighting. The food, a little bit of milk just in case. But I think we should be good to go. Let's quickly wait until we can sleep so we have a full day for this before we get creepers and zombies in between as well. And let's hope we survive. Right. Easy. Easy. Luckily, that island didn't get demolished. It's fine. It's fine. At least a lot of free dirt, though. Bright sides? Granted, that may not have been my best wither fight ever. But on a more important note, you guys may have noticed that did not get us any wither roses, right? That's because I wasn't really feeling like getting that at the same time as doing the first wither. So we gotta do one more wither, but this time actually get the roses, right? This time actually get those. The plan for that though is I think I want to do the chicken approach. And that means we gotta get a couple of chicken eggs. Hatch chickens from those chicken eggs underneath the end portal. Make sure that all the chickens are down to half heart. And then spawn a wither in the midst of them so that they all turn into wither roses. For that, we're gonna need a lot of chicken eggs though, so let's quickly set up a chicken farm while we set up the creeper farm preparations. So that once we get the wither roses, we can run the farm right away. Now, the creeper farm we're gonna go for is not your usual one, so to say. It's a bit of an improvisation on the spot kind of type deal. But it should definitely do the trick. It should definitely do the trick. As you guys know, it is definitely going to be cat based. What we're going to have is these kind of plateaus. Then on either side of the torch, say right here and say right here. That should be fine. We're going to have a cat on each of these locations. And then obviously 2 blocks higher up, we're going to have another level of those again, right? Same up, all the way up to the top. That should give us about 10 layers if I'm guessing this right. What these creepers are going to do is if we place trapdoors right over on this side. Oh, and right over here. Oh, not there. The creepers are gonna try to get away from the cats. The cats have a 5 block scare range, so that should overlap nicely. They'll try to run away as far as they can into the only safe position they can find, which is gonna be right over here. And they'll fall down because they can't actually walk over here, right? And then down there, we'll have a little bit of an area with the rows I was talking about, and collecting all the drops down below. And that should do. And of course, not fully unimportant, we gotta make sure that as soon as the torches are gone, no spiders can spawn, right? And for that, it's gonna be fairly simple. Oh, that one right spot of the torch. We gotta make a small pattern to make sure there's no 3x3 areas anymore. And I think that this pattern should do just fine. There might be a more optimized one, but I think this will be decent, right? Then it was just copying it over 5 more times and making sure each layer had a trapdoor roof. Now if we quickly go into cheat cam. Like I said, we're currently 6 layers in. Oh, we gotta push that guy back up. It would work already, right? This would definitely work already. If you get the conclusion though that we still want a little bit more, we could always cover these windows up with tinted glass and extend it through another layer of 2 or 3. But only if we really want, right? In terms of eggs though, we're not doing that well yet. So far I've been using all the eggs we've gotten to populate this little chamber in even more. But I want to have at least around 1 shulker full, right? That's probably a little bit overkill. Probably need about half a shulker only, but just to be sure. So while we're waiting for that one, I guess we can just do some more building. And there we go. Not too bad of a start, I'd say. Of course, still lacking all the details, lacking the roofs, obviously, right? But it's a nice start. As for the chickens, let's quickly see how well it... Oh, well, it's more than I thought, actually. Seeing as we were aiming for a shulker-ish. Got almost a shulker and a half. Nice. And as I've already said before, the trick we're going to use is spawning in the wither underneath the bedrock right here. And the way to do that is to dig out a hole to make a small room underneath here. There we go. Now if I did this correctly, yep, perfect. Make sure you got the block exactly down the middle here, right? The exact center point. And make sure to leave a 2-block gap right here. And then it doesn't really matter in what way you face it, as long as the single block is right underneath there. And if we're going to do this the smart way, let's make this all half slabs underneath it. And what you want to have is the soul sand for the wither, you're going to put right there. And as soon as you want to spawn on the wither, you place the last one down the middle, right? And you should be able to safely kill the wither. But obviously, that's not what we're going to do just yet. We're going to have some extra steps in between for that. Since I don't want to be throwing all the eggs manually, let's set up a small something for that, right? So what I do is dispenser here, observer, and the dispenser right here. Sticky piston, and 2 more observers, like so. That whenever these 2 are extended, that's when I'll start creating some magic. Next up, a small lever as such. Small line of dust right here. Doesn't really matter that those can see that. All it needs to do is power the pistons down below, right? Oh, we can fill that back in. And all we need now is a couple of hoppers feeding into that. And we're good to go. Oh, doesn't go right there. And there we go. 2 more hoppers. Perfect. Put those there. And if we quickly check, they should keep dispensing with a little on-off switch. Nice. Perfect. And now all we gotta do is place the shulkers as so. Eggs will start coming in here. And whenever they're done, we can spawn in the wither and we're good. Let's go. There we go, right? And slowly but steadily, we should have this entire place filling up with chickens this way.
A few moments later.
And that sounds like it's done. Perfect. Let's turn that one off real quick. That is going to be the one downside of this display. Shulker bugs are going to end up in here as well. But it's fine. It's fine. And with all these guys here already... Ooh, that should be plenty, by the way. Nice. All we gotta do... Get some seeds in our offhands. There we go. And throw the poison potion. That'll bring all these guys down to half a heart. As you can hear, they're already down all the way, right? Oh god, I'm still poisoned though. Oh boy. And then what we gotta do is simply place the last skull. These guys should already be close enough everywhere, but, you know, might as well play it safe. Never gets old. Never gets old. And there we go. Just over a stack of wither roses. And of course another star. Nice. And with the wither roses now collected, let's quickly set up the kill chamber of the creeper farm. And let's see if it actually works. Now it doesn't need to be too far below all this, but a little bit of space might be nice, right? And I'm using soul sand here. Mud would also do, right? But since I don't have an easy way to get to mud yet, this stuff is a little bit easier to get. There we go. Let's see. Middle point is right here. And that facing down, temporary collection will give us something a bit more fancy later on. And also here a little bit, see if we can get any spawns. Let's just sit there for like 10 minutes, see if we get any spawns. And about 5 minutes later, let's see what we got. Let's see. 9. 10. I mean, almost a stack in just 5 minutes. And that's still without anything being spawn-proof down below, right? Not too bad. Not too bad at all. That did mean that everything had to be spawn-proof real quick. At least the bits that would be loaded in if we're working up here. And after basically everything being spawn-proofed, let's try this again for 5 minutes. See what we get this time. That was about 5 minutes. Let's have a look. That is definitely a lot better. Close to 2 stacks on this one. And what do we have on this side? A lot less actually on this side. Not sure what's up with that. But just this in 5 minutes. I think that's plenty. I definitely think that is plenty. At least to make sure it will be stocked up on rockets for the foreseeable future. That does leave us with a bit of a weird building so far. Let's make sure that's a little bit more patched up and see how it looks once it's done. So once more, yet another time lapse today. Here we go. And would you look how that just adds to the entire feel of what we had before as well, right? I'm liking this build. I'm really liking this addition to it that we did today. Of course, not too much on the interiors yet. It's a bit empty. We'll get to that, I promise. But at least some of the visible bits we did do, right? That it looks a little bit better. The storage for the gunpowder is a tiny bit improved as well. It's automatically loaded into the barrels right here. And we can just move it over into the different chests if we feel like it, right? But all in all, I really like this. I really like it. And I think we can be proud with what we achieved today with that, right? We found the nether fortress. We've gotten all the blaze rods and the Witherskeleton skulls that we could like. We fought off the dragon. We fought off a couple of withers. We got Elijah. We got shulker boxes. We got a really big extra part of the build, along with the creeper farm inside of it. And we progressed around 200 more days into the world. I think we can be proud today. So thank you guys again so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Until the next one, bye-bye. In the last 2 episodes, we've been doing a lot of building. And the grind for the bits that we needed has been absolutely manual, right? But today I want to change that and start on some automation. The main bits I want to get started today are a source of XP and a proper source for iron. But before we can get a source for iron going, we are going to need some villagers. So to start the day off, we're going to be setting up a villager breeder. But of course, we can't just have a villager breeder out in the open. So let's quickly build something for that. There we go. For sure a bit different from the rest of the builds we got so far, but I like it. The idea I had for it was to make it a bit of an inn of sorts. And as we go inside, a small bar and little seating area. Behind the bar, a small neat kitchen, just to make a bit of food for the guests. And as we pop upstairs, a couple of rooms hidden behind all the doors here. Not too much to them, but honestly, we won't ever see them anyway, right? Let's be real here. And if we go even further above, a couple more rooms, a little bit more of the small bits. Nothing too special, but right up here, a bit of a hatch. And if we pop up here, this is where we're gonna have our villager breeder. No villagers in yet, but we'll get to that in a second. But in short, the idea that I had, villagers have some drinks, they go upstairs to the room they rented, and new baby villagers come back down. All that's left to do now is to make sure we get those two villagers inside the breeder to actually make it work, right? And luckily, I've already been able to catch two of these guys right down in here. So now it's just gonna be the fun time of getting those two way up above inside the inn. There we go. And now we'll be part of our beautiful little village. And with the villager breeder all done now, it is time to start looking towards the iron farm. I think I want to hide away the iron farm underground though. For the simple reason, they get super big. You need a lot of space around them to make sure that nothing can spawn there. That you get the iron golems exactly where you need them. And that would require a massive space with a massive build for it. And even though we have a fair few fairly big builds already, nothing would really be big enough for an iron farm as we speak, right? So we got it away underground. The thing about having to hide it away underground though is that we need a lot dug out underground. And for that, I kind of want to make sure we have a beacon set up so we can mine it out a little bit quicker. Now, we do have the beacon itself, but we do not have enough blocks for the beacon base yet, right? And for that, we need an iron farm. Ah. Yeah. But instead of having to go mining for all the iron or gold to actually make the beacon base, I think what I want to do is quickly explore the nether a bit more. See if we can get a couple of bastions completely cleared out of the gold. That should get us a beacon base quickly enough. As well as some more netherite maybe? Who knows? Easy way to go at this is, I think, just fly around. Just pick one direction and see how far we can... Oh! Well, that's one way to get to the direction, I see. What I was about to say is just fly around and see what you find, right? Alright, start. And some mating debris, never a bad thing. And of course, all the shiny gold. And then another double chest, by the way. Oh my. Two more ingots. What is this? What is that? 4 ingots, 2 chests? Alright. Sure. Sure. And back home. As for the loot, I think we got way more than I expected to actually get. In terms of unstackables, just a tiny bit of gear. There's nothing special. But on the stackable side, nearly 3 stacks of gold blocks, fair bit of iron, a lot of netherite stuff. 18 smithing templates for just another upgrade, 7 snout ones, and just a whole bunch of other goodies. That is way more than I expected to find. I like it. There we go. And with haste too. Absolutely perfect. But while setting up the beacon, I had a slight thought. if we're going to be mining a lot with the Instamine, we're gonna burn through our tools super quickly. So it might be a smart move before we set up the rest of the iron farm. Let's quickly set up a small experience farm to repair our tools. Now the XP farm I want to do is something super simple. I think for now we'll just do a super basic element farm. But the farm we're gonna set up is gonna be super easy, like I said, right? And everything we need is right inside the single shulker box already. And I even think this might be a bit much already on everything that we need. The original farm design of this is by Namban. The link will be in the description. The one we're doing is a bit of an improvisation on it, but it's for sure the same concept. But in short, how it works is as follows. You go as low down in the world as you can to improve spawn rates, and you go out 128 blocks from the main end island to make sure no other spawns are possible. Create a small box for yourself to be safe in, and encase everything in leaves so no enderman can spawn on top of the box itself. Place some trapdoors so the enderman will fall into the hole, and right above where you would stand to kill the enderman, spawn in an endermite and catch it in a minecart. And name it Bob. Place some leaves on top of the minecart so the endermite is safe as well. Make a small bridge 28 blocks out from where you stand in the kill chamber and create a small platform for an enderman to spawn in. The enderman will get angry and try to get to the endermite, but fall down in the hole and end up in the kill chamber. And that is where you get an easy and safe source of experience. As is the entire point of making the experience farm was to make our tools last a little bit longer. Let's upgrade all the tools into netherite as well, right? Now that feels a lot nicer already. But now that we have a beacon, a way to repair our tools, and our tools with even more durability, let's get to the iron farm. With the hole now fully dug out, and a bit of the basic layout already done, it is time to set up the farm part of this thing. The original version of this iron farm is also by Namban. I did have to change up bits of it, since the design is from Minecraft 1.14, but the concept remains the same. We have 4 different villages or modules. Each module consists of a platform with a 2x2 hole in the middle and 3 beds just above it for the villagers. In the middle of these 4 modules, we have a rail looping around within the corners some water flows. This is for a zombie to go in circles. The water in the corners, make sure it slows down a little bit so that the villagers actually have time to get scared and actually spawn in a golem. That is all the block placement for the farm, all done. Only thing left is to get the villagers in and make the zombie enjoy his merry-go-round. But before that, let's make sure the iron can actually go somewhere. And just like with the villager breeder, we can't just have it out in the open, right? So let's turn it into something good looking. Here a small look of the new area with some shaders as well. One extra house in there, just to connect to the blacksmith with the first market area as well. And as you can probably see, the outside is still definitely in need of some better decoration. On the inside though, some small bits of decorating have been done, along with a little bit of storage already. Some auto filters, all of these chests for the iron, one chest for the puppies, and one chest for overflow puppies into bone meal right away. That does make the storage a bit over the top, but since the iron farm is in the spawn chunks, it will be running as long as we're in the overworld anywhere, right? So just to be on the safe side. But before we can wrap up the decoration of both the interior and the exterior, it is time to actually set up the kill chamber for the iron golems. Since I do like to decorate farms though, I couldn't just do nothing for this one, right? And even though the spawning is underground, at least we can still make the killing chamber a little bit visible. And my plan for that is to make the kill chamber inside of the furnace right here. But the way I want to get to that is have all the items flow in the corner here, while all the iron golems die in this little 3x2 nook over here. All we gotta do for that though, is make sure the iron golems actually get to that 3x2 area through this entire tube over here. And have that connected up into this area, right? The way to set it up, all we gotta do is a little bit of soul sand, a couple of stone walls just in front, a couple of gates right up here, bone meaning kelp all the way to the tippity top, a couple of dark oak signs right there, and some rule icon against the back wall. And then all we gotta do is get a lava bucket and place it right there. It should be stuck right in those 3 blocks there, and not spread any further out. And that is our furnace without any iron golems burning yet. Next up is actually getting the villagers into the farm and making sure this farm produces something. And there goes number 1. Let's hope this actually works. Let's see, please work. Excellent. That's 1. After that, it was just a matter of quickly getting the other 11 villagers into their pods as well. And that is all of the 12 villagers, all sleeping in the little pods. Perfect. Now it's just a matter of getting a zombie in here. And it should be all done. There we go. Iron golem number 1. And he should just merrily go around. Iron golem number 2. Fall back down again. Number 3 back there. And number 4 in the corner over there. Excellent. Now, of course, we can't just leave him going around like this, right? Let's name him George. Hi, George. And over at the top, at the blacksmith now, we should have burning iron golems all the time now. To really make it look like there's a lot of fire and smelting going on at the blacksmith over there. And if we take a quick peek now, that is starting to fill up already. And one quick snap later. And now we at least have a bit of a decoration as well. And the iron is starting to stockpile up as well. Even with the new blacksmith and in added to the square, there are still some builds missing. And I think it is about time to remedy that. So let's pop into one more build time lapse and wrap that all up. Now that we got a little bit of life in here as well, I gotta say, I'm really loving the square. And even though these two houses in the back, the brick ones, are not entirely the same vibe, for some reason they do still kind of really fit in. Did not expect that one, but it worked out plenty, I'd say. And that leaves us with just a little bit of work to do surrounding the square. And that's gonna be the interiors. Now, even though most of the visual bits have been done, there are still some small bits that we need to work on. And especially the houses that have the doors in front. That can still use some work, right? And the plan for that is to use them for some villager professions. I've gotten a start to the first few librarian trades. I think I want to make sure that all the librarians are at least safe up in here. Before we gotta reroll all of those guys again. Let's create a cozy little interior for this one already. And see how it turns out. A little bit of work later, we now have a fully decorated little house here. Nothing too fancy, a small shop kind of section where you come right in. And where you go upstairs, we got these three guys in a little room waiting for us. All these all made into master already. And I gotta say, they're pretty darn good. So we got our mending guy, selling lanterns, selling glass. The other ones aren't too great, but it's alright. We got a sweeping edge guy, just to make our sword a little bit nicer. It's still lacking that for the XP farm. But again, lanterns, glass, and bookshelves. But for the last guy, we either had a lot of luck, or a little bit of less luck that we didn't roll him sooner. Because this guy is something. And breaking 3. Mending. Selling lanterns. Selling glass. Okay, curse of vanishing, but that's alright. But both the mending and breaking and glass and lanterns on just a single villager, that is pretty neat. And now with the same setup, also for some toolsmiths and weaponsmiths. As well as a little bit for some cartographers for an adventurers guild. I think that finally finishes up this entire square as well. With the square now completely finished up, I think we can be proud of what we achieved in today's episode. We set up a villager breeder, created the proper source for experience, got ourselves a nice little iron farm set up, and all of the big square is fully built up and decorated now. And I gotta say, I'm really loving the progress from both the building and the farm so far. In the last few episodes, we've been building a big city, but we never created any food source for the citizens in there. So today we're going to change that by setting up an entire farming village. And some function hidden inside of it, of course. Now before we get to the actual building, let's do the smart thing for once. And set up the farm I want in here first. And the farm we're going to be setting up is going to be a wool farm. But for that, we are going to be needing a couple of bits and pieces before we can actually start building it though. So let me quickly get those. And a little bit of time later, we got everything. I hope. The only thing we are missing still though are the sheep. We've bred them up across the field a little already, but let's gather them all together. Let's see, is there any more around here? Wait. Hold up a second. Hold up a second there. Is that what I think it is? Where was he? Where was he? Oh, aren't you the special one? Let's get you home. We'll get you a special little something later. Now that we truly have everything ready, let's quickly get somewhere to put this thing. The wool farm we're doing is not the standard wool farm. This design is by Borcon and it uses a bit of a different idea. We create a platform of grass and put rails all over it. The end of these rail lines are slanted protector rails, powering a dispenser with shears whenever a minecart with a sheep rides over it. Instead of where the sheep would normally only have one block to grow its wool back, it can pick from any of the grass blocks underneath the rails. And because we block the entire farm in with more grass blocks, the grass will spread extra quickly, so the sheep can eat as much as it wants. Since I don't want to AFK the farm a whole lot, I've chosen to get 4 sheep of each different color in there, so we never run out of wool. And after the first layer, we quickly added 3 more in, just to get some extra wool. And there we go, all the block placement for the farm, all done. Only thing left to do is to create a proper storage instead of this little mess that we currently got. I want to wait until we put the storage in until we know where to actually exactly put it. And now we can still mess around with the water stream a bit. I think it'll be easier to wait until we get a proper spot. At least this way we'll have a little bit of wool coming in while we wait and build more. Although it may actually help to hook this up before it gets stuck like that. That might help. And after waiting just a little bit and filling in this area with dirt again, let's see what we got. We've gotten a fair amount of wool already. It's going to be absolutely amazing to use later on. But before we can actually start building a ton here, we do have to think about what blocks I would like to use. And for a medieval farming village, packed mud does pop into mind real quick. Now for packed mud, there are 2 materials needed to make it. The first one being normal mud, and the second one being wheat. And for neither of those do we have an easy source at the moment. To get plenty of both to start building, my idea is to see if we can quickly find a mangrove swamp. And with a little bit of luck, we should find villagers galore to stock up on some hay bales for the wheat as well. Now since we haven't found any sign of a mangrove swamp anywhere close by, let's make sure we bring plenty of rockets and storage space and see what we can find. That hurt. Come on. No trident though. Shame. Nautilus shell, I'll take that one though. And another nautilus shell. Yo, there we go. 8,500 blocks out. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Let's see if we can find a bigger open area though, so we can actually take the mud out easily. Oh, it's connected to a desert as well. Oh, that's kind of neat. Coral reef in the between. From the looks of this just extends in all directions. Both the mangrove, the desert, and we got a coral reef right nearby as well. I think that is just a perfect spot for us, right? Everything we could possibly want, all the mangrove, all the mud, all the sand, sandstone, and even coral all nearby. That is just too good to just let be. But before we actually go through, let's make sure we get all of that mud. I'm sure that should last us a little bit. But with the mud checked off,
Nice.
we are still in need for a bit more hay. And since we have a desert right behind us, let's see if we can find a village or 2 extra. Yep, and there we go already. That's an easy start. And a camel. Oh. Hey, buddy. Oh, the ears are ready right away. Oh. We are definitely coming back for you later. Just look at him. No. No, not you. Him. No. The villager outpost. Was not expecting that one. Maybe we get the armor trim. We do. Oh, that is amazing. Nice. Another armor trim. All fixed up. Oh. Ooh. Yes, let's actually work on that as well. Let's get a couple of those guys back home with us. A little bit of slime.
A few moments later.
Excellent. Might as well get a little bit of sand while we wait on those rocks.
Later.
There we go. Here we go. And even a bonus gold. And with both a lot of mud and a good amount of wheat now, I think it's about time to head back home. Oh, that was not what I was expecting to find here. Right. Now let's move the portal to the right height already. This time I'm not gonna make a tunnel right away though. We'll make that at some point when we actually need it. And back home. Oh! Nice! That one sorted as well. Now that we're back home and got all the materials ready, let me take you on a small experiment. We'll build up the big house above the farm. After that, I'll bring you guys back in. And then we'll quickly look how much it would change by just adding some surroundings. And then you guys can see just how much surroundings can do for your build. Now I think we can all agree, this is not a great build at all, right? But when you add some green, a couple surroundings, some small detailing, it is almost like you get a completely different build. But that does leave us with still having to do an interior. Because, you know, for now, it's not really something right. And we do still need that way down into the farm as well. And one snap later, we now got something. Small seating area for people to enjoy some food and drinks. A small counter to actually get your meal. And then in the back, a small storage area with a staircase down into the cellar, where instead of the initial double chest that we had, we now have a proper sort of storage. Surely that makes sense, right? A wool farm inside of an inn. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. But of course, one little inn does not make a full village. And we do have a lot more idle lines to go. So let's quickly pop it all together and see what we get. With the structures all in now, I also started adding in some doorways and some easy bits of pathway. But I had an idea. What if we add a small bee area right behind the houses here? That should make for a nice cozy decoration in this area, as well as give us some early game honey stuff. Always nice. And luckily, we've saved up all of our bees nests throughout our travel so far. So let's grab like 9 of them for now. That should do. Then we got some campfires. A couple here, and maybe say a couple... let's put them right here. Block them in with some trapdoors. Couple of full blocks along the edges. Hold. Bring it up a tiny bit. And a small ledge above it. And get our bees nest out. That should do. And let's get a little bit of a pathway going back there. A couple of bits of root dirt on the edges. And some actual path blocks. A little bit of foliage to get a bit of a hedge going here. With some flowering azaleas, obviously, so these guys can get some. And maybe 1 or 2 lilacs, just to finish it up. Let's do make sure we got plenty of bees, though. Down into the iron farm. And a couple of puppies. Oh, let's breed all these guys up. You get one, and you get one, and you get one. Perfect. Aren't they cute? And now, if you ever need a little bit of honey, we can simply share these and grab it all. Yeah, I think this will do. I think this will do. With the bee section now in place, I started thinking about some more similar decoration ideas. One of which, a small smithy to repair some farming tools. And another, a small dock area for some small fishing boats. Since we do have the entire village surrounded by rivers and lakes. And we do have a fish market in our main city. It would make sense, right? Yeah, surely. Surely. For that dock area, I decided to use the empty spot behind the inn. I reshaped the shore a little bit, added a small dry dock, some grates and smoking area for the fish, along with a small dock for another fishing boat. And after that, we redid the pathing until we got a thunderstorm. After clipping away the storm, I did see something interesting though. We got ourselves a skeleton noise in the water. Now lucky for us, the guy is stuck in the water, and I'm hoping that'll actually help us out. So that when we get close to it and we get the 4 horse riders of the apocalypse, they should be stuck in the water and shouldn't move around as much. So hopefully we can catch the skeleton horses alive. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. But let's give it a go. Well, I tried. No! Oh man. Okay, at least one. Okay. At least one. I mean, at least 2, I guess. Could be worse. Could be better. But could be worse. But let's get these 2 guys and tie them back up at the village. There we go. We'll give these guys a nice home soon. We'll think of something. There are a few things I still want to add to this village though. Of course, we have to bring the village itself a bit more to life and add a ton of detailing and green. But I also want to get a couple of crop fields going to get some surroundings in for the houses. For this, we do need to get a ton of wheat seeds, potatoes or carrots. But I don't really feel like getting those all manually. So to do this, I want to set up a small nano crop farm. Don't really know who to credit for the design of this farm, since there's quite literally dozens of different videos on it. But I'll make sure to link the one that I used in the description down below. As for the location of the farm, I think we'll put it right in one of the bigger houses here. The farm is super small, and it gives a bit more of a function to the village this way. Now the farm itself is super simple. Let's quickly replace the flooring. Is a dispenser, just to keep it nice, and water right there, and a third dispenser, a redstone dust right behind there, observer looking into the back dispenser, piston coming out of it, piece of dirt right there that we turn into farmlands, a stair in front, and a couple of full blocks on the side, and some redstone dust on top. Put a lever right here, and whenever we want to turn it off, we flick it down to make sure it's actually off. Stand it right in the corner, turn it on, and simply place the seeds. And there goes all the crops. Easy as that. And with the seeds figured out, let's make some fields. Made this field on a couple of different height levels, so most water sources can be hidden. Then decided that because of the size, I do a wheat field for this one. And a small border with first some full blocks, then some stairs and slabs, fence posts, and a garnish of leaves. And a quick few details later. Now that's looking like a proper field. I like it. I like it, I like it. But with the first field in, let's quickly get the other fields in as well, right? We gotta move the sheep over a little bit, we'll find those guys a new home. And then we can set up the second, the third, or maybe even the fourth field. We'll see. And a quick snap later, we got 2 more fields and a couple more trees. I totally didn't procrastinate doing the fields by making trees. Yeah. With a brand new potato field and a small sheep pasture, the pathways to get around and some greenery to tie it all together. It do be looking amazing already though. But now that the village is almost complete, I think it is time to also add the last few armor stands to complete the detailing. Most of the stuff we need for that I got ready, but we are in need for a little bit of dye to make the leather armor a bit more interesting. What in the illegal Minecraft? We'll leave that one for now. We'll leave that one. That's more like it. Let's put one guy out by the pond, just enjoying life while fishing away. One guy working on some repairs on the boat. A random worker with a wheelbarrow. Obviously we gotta name our pink sheep real quick, right? Amazing. Then keep the smithy and the lazy farmhand doing absolutely nothing at all. And with that, I believe our village is complete. We started out with an empty plains biome, setting up a big wool farm, building all the houses, along with a few extra profession areas, half a dozen big custom oak trees, 3 fields to add some surroundings, and all the pathways to connect it up. In the last few episodes, we've done a couple of automated farms already. Today we're going to continue that streak. We'll start out with a sugarcane farm since we still don't have one to get paper for rockets. Along with a moss farm, 2 tall flower farms, glow lichen hanging roots, and a sea pickle farm that are going right in a greenhouse. For most of these though, we are going to need a lot of bone meal. So add that to the list as well. And of course we can't just leave exposed farms out in the open. So obviously we'll build a new city district around it as well. The area I want for this is right behind me here. But before we can actually start building here, we do need to terraform it up a little bit. With that out of the way, let's get to planning out the builds. As I mentioned before doing the villager square, it's just a nice little market for people to come together, right? Surrounded by a lot of houses. And I'm kind of liking the feel of it, I'm kind of liking the vibe of it. Yeah, I might really like the squares idea. So let's do it.
Another!
Let's get some wool and get this thing going. Bit of red, bit of yellow, some cyan, and some magenta. And there we go. Perfect. Yeah, those sounds. So this is something I found a bit ago and may have fully forgotten again. There may have been a zombie that's gotten into the villagers upstairs. Luckily I did find them before they spawned though, and I managed to name them. Let me quickly introduce to you Peter, Bob, and Hank. But let's make them a little bit less green, shall we?
A few moments later.
There we go. Perfect. I mean, at least everything's cheap now. That's something. But let's get back to the district layout. This time around, I want to break up the square into areas. The current armor house as one short side, and the long side and the far side with houses. On the other long side, I want to fill up a wall to separate it from the river. And in the middle of the square, I want to put a big double house that is going to function as the main greenhouse. The smaller open part will function as some space for staircases and small stacks of storage, with potential gates and openings for going to basements. The bigger part will be the market side with the doorways into the houses and such. With the new district all planned out, it is time to actually start getting something in it. In the last episode I said it is smart to do the farm first, building later, but let's not do smart. I want to start out with a sugarcane farm, And for this I want to use a big corner building to make sure there's plenty of space for the sugarcane. The corner build I have in mind will be within the same style as a villager breeder and a bridge build, so we can tie the city together. Structure wise we're going for a 3-part build. 2 taller structures that are going to be little differing in height, with the 3rd part connecting the 2 a bit lower. A couple of details later, we got ourselves a new building. I do want to make a small stand in here in front of the house. And what we're going to do is a small trick I've seen in Beatles building before. Go for a small barrel action like that. This one in the front. A little bit of dirt over here. Water in the back with a 4th dirt right in front still. Hold all of these up just to make it nice and clean. A couple of those to make sure that the sides don't look that terrible anymore. Like so. And the main trick comes into action right here. With a slanted powered rail. Oh, bits can go again. That back and that back. A flower pot right in front. And let's just do a blue it and a blue orchid. And then a hopper minecart right there that is being held up by the pots like such. And there's a couple of flowers and some random bits at the front. As you grow up, it'll be a nice stand just showcasing the different flowers and the different bits in there. There is still the part of this that we have to turn it into a sugarcane farm. So let's have a look on the inside and see what we can do with it. I think I want to start out with a smooth spruce flooring and ceiling. Add some sidebars here, turn the bottom blocks into waterlogged stairs, some mud and some sugarcane. Barrels and compost in the middle with some pots and greenery, and as a finishing touch, some shelves on the wall for extra storage and a lantern. A little bit of spicing up the flooring, and that seems rather nice already. Goes little interior for a bit of a sugarcane farm, but we all know that that's not gonna cut it as a farm, right? So let's get to the real deal. Now just imagine a bit of wrangling with the storage and we're back up to speed. The chests out here are somewhat of the combination of everything though. With the hoppers going a little bit around, all the sugarcane ends up in this one, with this one as a backup, and any overflow will end up as bone meal in the barrel in the back. Besides that though, we also did a little bit of interior in the rest of the houses as well. More or less along the same style as the other ones, but at least have something nice in here as well, right? And I think that means that the sugarcane is all done. With the smaller farm done, it is time to get to the main farm area of this episode. And all of the farms in the upcoming area are going to be fueled by bone meal. Because of this, I want to set up a version of the Chromoss moss farm. For this, we are going to need 2 things though. One will be a big old hole in the ground. Hole check. Quick run to the ender to repair the tools. The other thing we're going to need before we can start building this farm is a ton of slime blocks. And sadly, we don't have a slime farm yet. So we'll just have to manually get a couple of blocks in the swamp. Should about do. Oh! That's not something I'm gonna be letting off. That's a lot of turtles. And what do we get? Another horn. I'll take it. And after a bit of sidetracking, we're right back at home. Besides the slime, I also gathered the other resources we need to get this farm going. So let's get to it. Normally the Chromoss farm is mostly used to purely produce bone meal. This version however will produce purely moss products while sustaining itself on bone meal. I'll make sure to leave a link to the original Chromoss in the description below. We can take the output of this farm and filter out the moss bits that we want. And whatever is left over we can still turn into bone meal. Those leftovers should be plenty since this farm produces literal tons of moss. And with all of that done, I think we can also check off the bone meal and the moss. Next up on the list is a bit of decorating this entire area. And for this, I got another bit of inspiration from B-dubs. Flooring out of mud brick and exposed cut copper, leaving spots of polished andesite for some pillars to support the ceiling. For these pillars I used brick with granite walls that near the ceiling extended into full blocks to create arches to give a sturdy feel. The ceiling in between the arches I filled up with spruce planks before setting up walls for the stairs into the cellar. Last but not least, I switched out some flooring for waterlogged stone brick stairs and lightning rods to make it seem like there's some sort of water supply going around. With the flooring, ceiling and support of the cellar done, you might be wondering, "Oop, why are there no walls?" Funny you should ask. Inside of the walls I want to put the remaining farms of today's to-do list. Each of these nooks is just the right size for each of the small farms. The way I want to set this up is to have the bone meal output that we have from composting moss go past all the different farms, and at the end of the line have a storage left over for bone meal. This might take a while before it's all filled up and good to go, but I've done it smart and built the moss farm just inside of the spawn chunks. This means that as long as we're in the overworld, bone meal will keep producing. Most of these farms all have the same concept. Click a lever to start an observer clock and the dispenser will keep shooting bone meal. We put a hopper underneath a piece of mud so we can collect all items that fall and the farm is complete. The seed pickle farm is a slight bit different though. The one we set up is a variation of XP crafted farm but made to fit the cellar. We observe new seed pickles being grown, retract and push the block underneath, breaking the pickles which end up in the hopper minecart. And that's the farms done! With a quick eye though, we added 3 extra farms to our list. We put a glowberry farm right next to our hanging root farm and a small area for some red and brown mushrooms. Something else I added are some bone meal indicators. I rest some light at every farm to notify if there's bone meal ready to be used or not. So say we have an empty dispenser, the light turns off, we fill it back up, it turns back on. This does leave us with having to make this place look a little nicer though. But before I take you guys on another hour-long detailing session, let me just quickly snap my fingers. And isn't that just a whole lot better already? I tried decorating each nook somewhat towards what the farm in it produces, trying to keep away from straight rows of chests as much as I could. That along with some general detail of barrels, composters and some leaves, trying to keep the shadows where I could, has resulted in a pretty cool looking greenhouse cellar, I'd say. And with that, I think we can call the greenhouse farms complete. And of course the 3 extra farms added into it as well. With the farms all complete and all the underground business taken care of, I believe it is time to make the cellar an actual basement. Since all this time, this has been nothing more than a spruce flat area on the surface. Before we can start building though, there is one slight issue. We are practically out of deep slate. And since we've done our fair share of deep slate mining already, I figured it was time to get this another way. And with me not fully enjoying TNT duping, there's only one other solution I could think of, which is wither mining. The name is rather self-explanatory, but let me quickly walk you through it. You build a long tunnel, you spawn a wither, you hit the wither will try to get to you, breaking all the deep slate. After a while, you kill the wither, and you get all the rewards. So let's give this a go, shall we? Deep slate chest filled back up, so let's get to building. The build I have in mind for a greenhouse might not be as much of a greenhouse, though more shop-like on the exterior, but with a slight greenhouse feel on the inside. Structure-wise, we're going for a tall double house with tons of windows for extra light. To make it stand out a bit more from the other houses, I did opt to go with a brick bottom floor compared to the normal stone. A bit extra wood heavy in the middle section, split by some diorite walls, and in the roof a proper frame with a deep slate roof and some small windows. And with a couple of small detail bits, we have the greenhouse connected to the fish market. The basement we have on a small slope into a double door, and the staircase up to the armorer or up to the fletcher shop connects us into what's going to be the greenhouse district. And on the inside we have... yeah, nothing yet. But I want to transform this area into our non-farmable greenery storage. So think about leaves, small drip leaf, dead bushes, those kind of things. Interior isn't all that big, so we may have to get a bit creative with fitting it all in. But surely we'll manage, right? To keep the space for the interior as efficiently used as possible, I decided to start out with a place for lily pads. A small corner with a miniature pond in the corner seemed perfectly for that. Some tropical fish, seagrass and some mud in it, with a small shelf or a barrel above it to store the lily pads. Right next to it a corner for mangrove roots and dead bushes. Since both look somewhat like dead plants, I figured they fit together. A simple pile of these with some small storage, and this one was done as well. To bring some more green into the small area, I figured that an open cabinet underneath the walkway for the upper floor would be perfect to contain vines. A nice setup of jungle trapdoors and barrels to make sure this all works out. To wrap up the bottom floor, I made one corner for the spore blossom and small drip leaf, with an overhang for azalea leaves. Next to it another closet with some area around for growth for ferns and mangrove leaves. Upstairs I mostly kept for the other leaf types, with small stacks of barrels and chests for each of the smaller areas, while using the bigger area for even more closets filled with barrels and chests. And I don't think I'm overestimating if I were to say that this has got to be one of my most favorite interiors I've built in a while. A beautifully decorated house along with enough storage for all of our decorative blocks.
Nice.
With both the sugarcane building and the greenhouse now complete, all that remains is a last few homes surrounding the square. So let's jump into one more time lapse for the day and get these built up. Well, that must have been our first time we played the entire song for a time-lapse. I hope that wasn't too much building in one go though. But would you just look at all the houses that are in now? Isn't that just looking absolutely amazing? The only thing still lacking would be the smaller detailing though. Some small market stalls, a cart to move some goods, a small tent to cover the cart a little bit, an extra gate next to the cart, a bit more of a solid path through the middle, some piles of crates, can't forget some armor stands for some life, and a couple of grass bits and dead bushes. With the detailing all finished up, this feels completely changed again. But I have to say, this is looking absolutely amazing. With all the little bits and bobs in place now, besides maybe some of the interiors. We'll leave those open in case we ever want to do some more small farms that we need to put somewhere. This does mean that the last goal for today is finished up as well. I think we can be proud of the progress. A new sugarcane farm, an infinite source for bone meal to fuel all the different farms for detailing blocks, an amazing new cellar, and a completely decorated greenhouse, surrounded by an entire new city district to add to the world. And this leaves us with exactly 100 days left until we hit the big 1000 days survived in our hardcore world. What do you think we're still missing? And that still seems like a must-have before that. Let me know in the comments down below. Currently on day 900. Let's put 100 days on the clock and let's see what we can get done before day 1000.
The plan for the day is to set up one of the most useful farms in the game, a Witherskeleton farm. Now, of course, we could make one of those standard Witherskeleton farms, but I want to have some fun instead. That is why we're going to set up a Witherskeleton roller coaster.
Since it is not going to be a small project, let's get to the drawing board and try to plan out a smart way to do this.
2 hours later.
I told you guys I'd find a good use for these interiors. But as for the plan, before we go anywhere near the fortress, we need a ton of fire resist potions against the blazes. After that, we need to get a couple of Witherskeleton skulls for wither roses and beacons. We clear out the fortress, set up the spawn platforms for the Witherskeletons, and a kill chamber and storage to get all the XP and the drops. Fortress done. The fortress we'll use is the one we found in episode 2. It is fully inside of a soul sand valley, which means that the rates will be pretty decent even if we don't spawn proof all the terrain surrounding it yet. And with the beacons now set up as well, I think we're safe to go get some wither skulls and not keel over while getting them. And 12 skulls later, I think we got everything we need. And I don't think I've shown it yet, but during Halloween I managed to catch not 1, not 2, but 3 jack-o'-lantern Witherskeletons. We might be using those somewhere today. Maybe. Let's make sure the entire fortress is completely safe now. If we set up torches all across the fortress, the only mobs that should be able to spawn should be blazes. Which is fine. I love potions. With the fortress all made safe from the actually dangerous spawns, it is time to start clearing out the space we need for the farm. But to... Hello? With the fortress all made safe from the actually dangerous spawns, it is... Right, as I was saying. It is time to start clearing out the space we need for the farm.
Not a bad start. My tools are completely done now though, so before anything, a quick trip to repair them.
That's better. With a bit more mining, shooting some gas, mining some more blocks, repairing the tools, buying a new bow from Bob, repairing the old bow, more mining, clearing out mobs, even more repairing, and mining out the last bits. All of the fortress blocks are now out of the way. Bar one small facade to keep one of my jack-o'-lantern guys safe. But with 80,000 nether brick mine, it's become the #1 mine block in the world. Granted though, it beats stone with not even 100 blocks. But it is #1. Next up is getting the resources ready for the spawn platforms and transporting the Witherskeletons. For this we mostly need wither roses, a fair bit of glass, and a ton of golden iron for the rails. The wither roses I've been getting bit by bit from the improvised wither rose farm when we're getting beacons. But for a Witherskeleton farm, you can really never have enough of those. That will never get old. Glass is easy enough to get as well. We got iron galore in the blacksmith, which leaves us with just the gold to go get some more of. We could go mining for some more, or we could set up a gold farm for it. I think I just want to raid a couple of bastions for it. That way, besides all the gold, we might also stumble upon some netherite and some netherite smithing templates to finally upgrade our armor. And a snout armor trim. Nice. Ooh, notch apple. That is what we like to see. A bridge bastion. 3 gold. Oh. If we don't fall down.
Yeah, that's a lesson learned. Don't just fly into a bastion without clearing it properly.
Not too bad for an hour and a half. 3.5 stacks gold almost. A fair bit of netherite upgrades. And a good bit of netherite, I say. And for some reason, 9 snout banner patterns. Probably will never use them, but oh well. I think we can start setting up the first few spawning platforms to see if my idea actually works. The plan is to have several lines of spawn platforms leading off of a central area. I want each of these lines to be 3 layers tall and 5 blocks wide. On the side of these I want to put trapdoors so the Witherskeletons will fall down, and opposite of it small places to hold some iron golems to lure the skeletons in. We'll leave the collection area as a glass box for a bit. Well, at least he's working. Wait, how did you get a sword? Hold up. Let me get you a boat. Hold up. There we go. Another special one. And that is the second line also done. I did put off putting the golems in for now, for obvious reasons. So let's make sure that these guys can't spawn anymore, that we get a bit more quiet around here while we set up the rest. And with that little bit already being the first 2 shovels, I think I want to repair them real quick and maybe get 2 or 3 spare ones right away. Couple of mending books. And I guess we might as well repair the bow. After we get some more levels though. That's looking more decent. And with all the tools repaired, we can now very epically dig out some soul sand. Mine even more, but now with the camera slowly rolling over. 2 shotting ablaze with a new bow. And mining even more, but this time netherrack while backing up the camera. Okay, who am I kidding? It's just instant mining some blocks. A few hours later, and all the spawnable area, along with a big chunk of the area in general, is now fully cleared out. Nah, man. As I was saying, most of the area is now fully dug out, and with that bringing netherrack neatly into our top 3 of blocks mined, as well as soul sand and soul soil into a comfortable place 5 and 6. But with only 25 days left on the counter, I think it's about time to get working on the core of this farm. But a little bit of wrestling later, everything is now in place. With this lever behind us, right next to the arm set, that should turn the entire system on and off now. It will extend the redstone block out here to make sure that this clock turns on so the collection system will start working. And at the same time, it'll push down this observer and slime block into this clock right here. It has the same timing as the clock over here. And it will keep powering the rails and in turn all these observers that are going to be dispensing our minecarts over here. Now it's just going to be a matter of hooking up the spawning platforms. We'll just connect up the first one over here, see if that kind of works. If it wants to work, we'll connect the second one, and after that, the other ones as well, obviously. Nice. Let's test it. Silly amount of minecarts goes in there. That should be over 100 minecarts in total. Surely that'll last a bit, right? Surely. And let's see what happens. All the minecarts seem to be dispensed quite nicely already. Evenly paced out. That is looking good so far. I like it. I like it a lot. That's not good. Yeah, that's not good. I think I made a spawnable block somewhere. Let's fix that. Let's fix that. This is my life now. That should have been all spawning spots, at least 2 tall, taken out of the way. Let's try again. First try. That is nice again, everything getting picked up. That pickup is smooth, that's good. At least that part is good. Let's see how this goes. They're still getting over there, great. I think I found one solution though. By some Minecraft magic, it is possible to have this trapdoor open? Yeah, magic. Well, yep. That's Minecraft for you. Third time is the charm. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that, surely. That is all still going smoothly. Please dispense them in the right spot. Please. Yes. Yes. That is what we like to see. Oh. That is what we like to see. All of them cramming together right in there. More ones coming in as we speak. And the minecarts returning to the original state. That is absolutely gorgeous. And what we can do is just swipe away at this. And we can hit the Witherskeletons. All the loot gets picked up almost instantly. And gets dropped right down there. I'd call it a success. Nice. And that should be the second line fully set up as well. I kind of want to test this with both lines in just to see how it goes. If both of these work though, I'm confident that we can set all 8 up. But let's play it safe, right? Minecarts away, that's looking good. These are all getting in, excellent. And this seems like a full line to me as well, I like it. And they all get exactly into the right spot as well. That is absolutely perfect. The rates aren't too great yet though. I think though, this could turn out to be pretty nice as soon as we got everything in. At least it's working though. That's a bright side. Let's put in like 1 or 2 minecarts. And let's give it a proper test with all 5 lines now set up.
2 seconds later.
Well, that ain't good. So I think I see the issue already this time around. I'm just not smart. We can't have this corner piece right here. That will make the two minecarts collide any corner. Yeah, I should have thought of that. Wait. Did we lose our jack-o'-lantern? No, we lost our jack-o'-lantern with the skeletons. When did that happen, though? Well, at least he's working. That's the entire farm working. It's only day 997. We didn't cut it close. No, not at all. And storage seems to be doing alright as well. I don't mind. With a little bit of cleaning up, that leaves us on day 999. With infinite bones, coal, and of course Witherskeleton skulls now at hand whenever we need. And I think that allows us a little treat, upgrading all the lost tools and gears into netherite. Even a new achievement. Now isn't that looking a lot better already? Watching the sunset and heading to bed, it means that we have now officially survived 1000 days in this world. Looking back, we've done a ton already. Several districts to the main city we're building, a farming village with plenty of fields and surroundings, defeated both the dragon and the wither in open fields, a solid amount of farm set up, and now topped off with a skeleton farm. And with that, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.